One of the most powerful things about fear is that it's universal. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or what you've achieved. Everyone feels fear at some point. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to face it. Look it in the eye and say, "You don't get to control me." And that's a choice you can make every single day. Now, let's talk about the role of mindset. Because here's the thing, your mindset is everything. It's the lens through which you see the world. And when you shift that lens, when you start seeing fear as an opportunity instead of an obstacle, everything changes. Suddenly, fear isn't something to avoid. It's something to embrace. It's a sign that you're growing, that you're stepping into your potential. And that's a beautiful thing. And here's something else to consider. Fear is often a sign that you're on the right path. It's like a compass, pointing you toward the things that matter most. So, the next time you feel that fear creeping in, take a moment to ask yourself, what's this fear trying to tell me? Because often, fear is just your mind's way of saying, this is important, don't mess it up. And while that might feel overwhelming, it's also a reminder that you're capable of great things. Now let's talk about the power of small, consistent actions. Because here's the thing, you don't have to conquer your biggest fear overnight. In fact, trying to do that might just set you up for failure. Instead, focus on the small, consistent actions that add up over time. Maybe it's reading a book on a topic that scares you. Maybe it's having a difficult conversation. Maybe it's simply showing up even when you don't feel like it. Every small step you take builds your confidence and brings you closer to your goal. And let's not forget about the importance of self-talk. Because here's the thing, the way you talk to yourself matters. It shapes your beliefs, your actions, and your outcomes. So, the next time you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I can do this." The next time you think, "I'm not good enough," replace it with, "I'm learning and growing every day." The next time you think, "What if I fail?" replace it with, "What if I succeed?" Because here's the truth, your words have power. Use them wisely. Now, I want you to think about the people in your life who inspire you. The ones who face their fears and come out stronger on the other side. What is it about them that you admire? Is it their courage, their resilience, their determination? Whatever it is, know that those qualities are inside of you too. You have the same potential to inspire others, to overcome your fears, and to create a life you're proud of. And here's something else to keep in mind. Fear often feels bigger in our minds than it does in reality. It's like when you're a kid and you're afraid of the monster under your bed. But when you finally gather the courage to look, you realize there's nothing there. The same is true for most of our fears. When we face them, we often find that they're not as scary as we thought. And even if they are, we discover that we're stronger than we realized. So, what's one fear you can face today? What's one small step you can take to move forward? It doesn't have to be a giant leap. Just one brave action. And then another. And another. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. And that fear, it'll be nothing but a memory, a reminder of how strong you really are. Now let's talk about the role of faith. And not talking about religion necessarily, but faith in yourself, in your abilities, and in the process. Faith is what keeps you going when things get tough. It's the belief that even if you can't see the finish line, it's still there. It's the trust that every step you take is moving you closer to where you want to be. And here's the thing, faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about taking the next step, even when you're not sure where it will lead. And let's not forget about the power of gratitude. When you're facing your fears, it's easy to get caught up in what's going wrong. But taking a moment to focus on what's going right can shift your perspective. Gratitude reminds you of how far you've come and all the resources you have at your disposal. It's like a reset button for your mind, helping you approach your fears with a sense of abundance instead of scarcity. Now, I want you to think about the legacy you want to leave behind, the impact you want to have on the world. Because here's the thing, fear can keep you from living that legacy. It can keep you from stepping into your purpose. But when you face your fears, when you push through them, you create a ripple effect. You inspire others to do the same. And that's how change happens. That's how we make the world a better place. And here's something else to consider. Fear is often a sign that you're alive, that you're fully engaged in life, that you're not just going through the motions. So embrace it. Welcome it. See it as a sign that you're living boldly, that you're not settling for less than you deserve. Because here's the truth, a life without fear is a life without growth. And a life without growth is no life at all. Now, let's talk about the power of community. Because here's the thing, you don't have to face your fears alone. In fact, you shouldn't. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who challenge you, who believe in you. People who remind you of your strength when you forget. Because here's the truth, we're stronger together than we are alone. And when you have a community behind you, there's nothing you can't do. And here's something else to keep in mind, fear is often a sign that you're on the brink of something amazing, that you're about to break through to the next level. So don't let it stop you. Don't let it hold you back. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep believing. Because here's the truth, the best is yet to come. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about how far you've already come. The fears you've already faced. The challenges you've already overcome. You're stronger than you realize. More capable than you give yourself credit for. And no matter what lies ahead, you've got this. You've got everything you need inside of you to face your fears and conquer them. So, what's one fear you can face today? What's one small step you can take to move forward? It doesn't have to be a giant leap. Just one brave action. And then another. And another. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. And that fear, it'll be nothing but a memory, a reminder of how strong you really are. You've got everything you need inside of you to face your fears and conquer them. Fear is not your enemy, it's your teacher, your motivator, and your guide to becoming the best version of yourself. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. Every fear you face is a testament to your courage. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today. Take that first step. Because on the other side of fear is freedom, growth, and the life you were meant to live. You've got this. Now go out there and conquer your fears.